bang.
Oh man,
Y'all see what's going on?
y'all see we back.
We here again.
Hums. Listen,
Kadriski.
we back on the set, man. Back in WTF,
man.
man. WTF for real.
Another one. The realest.
We listen. We took a little break. You know, went on a little hiatus. You know, we had to do some spiritual reconnecting. So we
Ramadan.
apologize for the, you know, that break. But we back, and we back with a goodie. You know, how's life treating you, bro?
Life is good. Life is actually great. I'm being more mindful of the negative thoughts that usually arise.
Didn't we just, matter of fact, wasn't it just mental
health awareness
month?
month?
Yeah, it was.
Last month, yeah.
So how's that been treating you?
Really good, actually. I've been taking more steps to, I guess, watch my triggers, you know? And, yeah,
listen,
I haven't overcome.
I need to take a page out your book, because I be getting triggered, dog. I don't know why. I be itchy with the, you know what I'm saying? I got the strap. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I be, you know, for real though. We gotta. That's good though. That's good though.
Yeah.
You know,
how about you though? How's?
Listen, man. I'm just maintaining, man. Can't complain really, bro. Like genuinely, really can't complain, bro. You know what I'm saying? God been good. You know, we back. We here. We in the space where we love to create, love to talk about what's on our mind, and that's what we gonna do. And we got a great guest. You know what I'm saying?
Marvelous guest.
Marvelous guest. You know what I mean?
Actually, I guess it's so exquisite and so popular that she not only is a stylist, but a designer.
Ooh.
And listen, not to label her, but she, among many things, she is a Harlem thoroughbred. And you know, it can't be 5
Harlem,
minutes until we reclaim. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I actually want to take this time to bring her on.
Let's do it.
Please.
Let's do it.
Put your hands together. For the highly awaited ALIYA MONIQUE, y'all.
Hey. Yes. Welcome to I Ain't Gonna Lie.
How y'all doing?
What's up?
Doing pretty well. How you feeling? How you doing?
Hey, jury.
Can we take a time to
I see
just
the
talk
jury.
about how we didn't plan this? This is not planned, y'all. I promise.
They just left me out of
You know what I
No,
mean?
you have a little brown on, so it's a little.
Nah, Hamza didn't get the memo. It's okay. We're not gonna say
Listen,
it.
man. Stick out like a sore thumb.
Like, yeah, I
It's on
was
the
saying he's
wall.
always in tune anyway. So
Right. That's a fact.
That's right.
Yes, we glad to have you on the show.
Yeah.
What we diving into today? You know?
Patriarchy.
That's what we talking about. We don't say it enough. We need to say it every day.
We don't talk about it enough,
No.
you know?
Yeah.
And we're not going to get into race. I want to just, FYI, we're just going to talk about men and female and just what's the sector of what's happening in the world, essentially.
Okay.
Respect.
Yes. Okay, so y'all go first on y'all view on how y'all feel in the industry, because you guys are from two different industries, essentially. Like, how do y'all feel that the males are either doing too much or not doing enough? Does that make sense?
Doing too much as far as like roles within like with you know relationship.
Yes, and in the workforce, how do you guys feel about, I guess, women not being paid or not being treated as fairly as men are? Even being aware of like how things have really dramatically changed in like the workforce and in relationships.
We live in a world that is, unfortunately, male dominant. You know, it's always leaning towards how, I guess, a man should come out on top or should have the final say or the most piece of the pie, or the biggest piece of the pie, I should say. We're in the most enlightened period, I would feel, or the most enlightened age, with the access to information, and with the amount of people who are speaking up and using their voice. With that being said, I still don't think collectively we're doing enough. There's so much to
Unpack, right?
Unpack, yeah.
I feel like if we realized that we were built on patriarchy and it wasn't just this thing it just happened, you know, like we were built on that. Like, you guys are supposed to be like the head in every aspect, you know? So
Wait, are you saying you actually feel like this?
No, but that's how things have been, you know? Like, the nation has been built off of that. Like, men are the leaders, 100%. You know? So not only is it patriarchy within like the workforce, it's in your house, it's in your relationships, platonically, everywhere.
First of all, I feel that there's nothing wrong with, you know, for the most part, the man being the so-called like leader, you know, for the most part, as far as when it comes to roles, whether it's relationship or in a workforce. Because I personally just believe that the way God created man and woman, like there's some unique ways in which, you know, men
have to be empowered.
You know, have to be not even want to say empowered in the sense of like the woman is less than.
Right.
Because me personally, the woman is always above the man. You know what I mean?
You know, I think religion has always been a driving force for patriarchy. So it's really hard to say that, you know, religion has made the man, you know, the leader and all this without.
But it's not. But you know. But since we are both, you know, we both Muslims, but like we don't want to say that. You know, we don't. Sure. It's not. But you know, in Islam, as far as not to dive like into it, but like the man is not more important than the woman. You know, the way that like God really put the precedence in women.
I think in certain areas there's things that are allocated, you know, for the man and for the woman. But it's not to say, you know, like, oh, this one has precedence over. You know, because in all, it's about like who's using their gifts better, you know, and justly.
But it's so crazy how we're looking at it like that. I was telling Kadri that I was watching this movie about like the 1800s, and it was this woman essentially that she got married off, you know, that's how they did essentially. And when she got married
off is crazy.
She got married off, and in her mind is like, this is my house. My dad left you the deed to our house. Like to her husband, she's saying that like, this isn't your house. And his response was like, be quiet, stay in your place. And no, you're not the owner of this house. Your father left me as the sole provider, essentially, right? And when time went on, he killed her. So it was just like, okay, you're not listening. So I'm just gonna. And that's how it was with women, you know?
You know,
it's like we didn't.
I think Bell Hooks said something similar to this, you know, like sometimes people don't want you to be empowered just because they know you have it.
Yes.
You know?
And they know that we could be a higher force than them, you know? Than you.
I think that's the issue, though, like, really, though. I think we trying to either search for equality so much, like me, and this is, again, like me personally, I just feel like there are things that men and women are not made to be equal on, but that's not a bad thing. It doesn't have to be put in a negative light where it's like, you know, because man and women are not made to be equal in every aspect.
Agreed.
The bad part is eliminating someone from the discussion, from being considered, you know?
I feel like it's just starting to be like who's better and who's not better. Like what we were kind of talking about, like city boys up, you know, or city girls down. Like it's just this thing of like a point system of like who's doing more, who's not doing more, who, you know. So it's like, why can't we just do enough for each other?
See, that's a lot of that is vain.
Yes.
And the real part is to identify ego.
Yes.
And restructure eco. So eliminating like, oh, me, and more about we.
Yes. Yes, agreed on the we.
I definitely agree with that.
Same.
But how do you feel you, I guess, overcome certain gender roles?
I think it, like you said, it depends on who you are as a person, that's one, and how you value yourself. Because I feel like if you know who you are, you won't have to try to one-up, you know, the guy. You know, you'll know what your role is, and they'll know what their role is. And then that's where the submissiveness comes in, because then you can be submissive because you know your role.
Did you submissive?
I know.
Oh,
is that
a word
in regards to, are we talking in regards to?
Relationships, platonic and emotional. Because I was telling you guys, I like have guy friends who are like, I'm gonna pay, you don't have to pay, you know. But like we're platonically friends, but they.
That's the age-old question: who's gonna pay? I know. You know.
I'm not going out with nobody. First of all, we're not even playing that game. Like if I'm going out with you, because I am like my level of patience or tolerance for people want to play games when the bill come and when it's I had the salad. I didn't have the chicken with the salad. I just had the salad. So that
so we're not going half. I'm gonna pay blah blah blah.
Listen,
you gonna pay.
Unless you ridiculously just getting things that's just like, all right, bro, like you gonna have to
pay
chip
for
in a
this.
little bit more. But other than that, like let's just let things be seamless. Like I'm not sitting there trying to. So we.
But would you say that like when you guys enter in a relationship, do you look for the woman to pay, or and not even look, but like if she paid, would you deny?
So I have a thing. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I have a thing. Like, let's say if I'm interested in a woman, we go out, whatever case may be. like the first time, off rip, if we go somewhere, I'm paying for everything. Like whatever we do, whatever we get involved in, I'm just paying for. I just feel like that's the gentleman in me to do. But after a while, maybe that third occasion where we may do something, I'm just gonna look at you just to see if you're gonna like
try,
even offer. 9 times out of 10,
they don't.
I'm gonna not that they don't. 9 times out of 10, if you offer, I'm gonna decline it.
Okay.
But I just want to see if you're being considerate
For me,
of the fact.
Or conscious that I'm spending my money on you. Like that I value you enough to spend my money.
Yeah, you know.
And not ask.
I think it's just like being treated. Like everyone likes to, be taken care of and looked after. And just be pampered, you feel me?
Yes. Okay.
If I'm doing that for her, I mean, every now and then, I might like that too.
A little, But it also depends on what their financial situation is, because I feel like a lot of women look for someone that's not in the same financial situation as them.
I wouldn't put anyone through, or I wouldn't want to tell anyone to go through something that they couldn't, just for me, for my sake.
Right.
It's different if they want to, like they go through this because they want to show you their love.
Right.
Listen, man,
she
better offer at some point, or you're out of here.
And maybe not even offer on a date.
You're out of here. We're not even going. You want to be because you listen.
I know.
You not after. Listen, Miss, you wildin'. We done went on several dates. I done spent several hundreds of dollars.
Y'all, he's wildin', y'all. Okay, so not that. Okay, so women, we not wildin'. It's not that we're wildin'. I think that and to what's it called to talk about the late Kevin Samuels, R.I.P. to him. I am one of the few women that are like not hating of him. You know what I'm saying? Do I consider myself a high value woman? Yes, because of how I carry myself, but not because I money or egotistical or materialistic things. It's not like that. But he would say something like women, for example, like a college student. He would say, like, would you date somebody in, like, what kind of bracket would you date a man in, you know? And I think that a lot of women, due to social media, it's like, I just want a rapper or someone that's in the industry because they see.
Wait, these are like the average answers that they're given?
Yes.
That's nasty.
Is never like a plumber or electrician, guys who are actually making decent money in that type of living.
But they're not in the limelight.
So it's like, you're going to shame these type of men because you're looking for what you think is a high value man, like Future. You know what I mean, though? Like,
that's just straight ignorant, because at the same time, like, if you're looking at the end of the day, like, I feel like, women, like, everybody wants stability in some form or fashion.
Yes, but you also have to give it to yourself before you can look for it outwards.
No, 100%. But, like, for the women that sit there and want to classify as, this is the type of men that I want. They got to be in this sort of light, or, like, first of all, plumbers make
a lot of money. Yes, they do. But a lot of women are not also educated on that.
Yeah.
So it's like a plumber. I want my man doing,
that plumber
that
gonna
type
pull up with the dusty jeans, the steel toe boots,
but his account looking very wealthy, very healthy. Okay, his account, he can take care of himself, and if he wanted to take care of you, he could be able to.
For sure.
They don't have to be a rapper or.
What kind of occupation wouldn't you allow for your man to have?
Me, honestly?
Honestly. Me, honestly? Yes, you.
I've always told myself that I didn't want a rapper. I don't want somebody that's in the music industry.
That's
I think that
no
they just have no shade to
yeah.
whoever is dating someone that's in the music industry that's faithful. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, no shade to that, because I'm looking for a faithful, committed man, but not only faithful to me, but to himself.
What you say? You looking for a ghost? What you said?
Faithful man.
Yeah, ghost. Okay, no problem.
Nah, for real, they don't exist, right? So not only faithful to me, but to himself, to God, to just a faithful man, someone who's accountable, who
rappers are faithful.
Not if you rapping about raping women and drugging them and all of that, So it's like, how faithful can you be if you're valuing women?
Know it.
Let's not go there.
That was crazy. That was crazy. But
that's what it is, though.
I like that, though. That's actually, to be honest, I haven't heard like a woman's response to a question like that, as far as like, this is what I don't want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But see,
back it up, like how she backed it up. Like,
in another way, men would be like, I don't want my girl to have this occupation.
Agreed, like, which is like a stripper, or like a bottle girl and stuff like that. But like,
now you out of here.
How do you feel about
I'm straight shallow. I'm gonna keep it. No way. Listen.
So
I get it. You got to work. You got to get money. But nah, those type of jobs.
How would you feel if your man said,
it's too sexual?
I can't allow you being a stripper. I can't stomach or I can't.
I mean, it depends on what's this allow, essentially, because they would go back to the patriarchy. Like, what are you doing for me to tell me what type of job that I need to have or not have? You know what I mean? Even with that, I think it's more about, like, who are you? You know, I feel like guys always
all right, so let me ask you a question now. I got you. So let's say the man is you dating somebody or you married, whatever the case may be.
Yes.
And he's making enough money where you're financially stable, where he can, support you in your means and your personal needs. But
to cut you off, I'm sorry. It depends on if I was a stripper when he met me, because that's what men like to do. They like to go to the strip club and go to the bars and meet bottle girls, and then you already know what their occupation is, and now
let me be Drake.
Them,
you don't have to do this.
You don't have to do this. You also have to. That's the thing. Men always say, like, I don't want you to do that, but you also don't know what you want me to do, and it can be back and forth because women might not know exactly what they want to do. Sometimes being a stripper and a bottle girl is to get the thoughts of, like, where do I see myself? What career do I want to go in? Is that break to you know? Because you.
But here's the trouble here is that the man feels like he can tell you and has a better idea of what you should be doing.
That's how you feel?
I'm about to say.
No, I'm saying that's the trouble in that.
Got it. What you gonna say?
This is the thing. Like, I feel like if a man is in a space where, you know, he can support the woman, support her means, everything. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, I think, like, nobody wants to be told anything. Nobody wants to be, nobody wants to be directed or commanded or nothing. Everything is like, who are you? Even when this is a person who's at that level to actually tell you, you know what I'm saying? Agreed. Like, nobody wants to hear anything these days, whether it's man or woman. But as far as for the men, like, if I'm married or whatever the case may be, and there's certain things that my wife may be getting involved in, I'm like, yo, babe, and something that's, like, unsettling to me. And, like, it's not that I'm trying to control her in the sense of, like, yo, babe, I don't want you to do that.
Right.
Like, I'd rather, it just makes me feel uneasy.
But you see how you're able to communicate that? A lot of y'all don't have that. You know what I'm saying?
It's only one cadre.
I don't want you to work there.
There's only one cadre, so
it's
going to be very hard to speak
there's
like
men who can communicate.
What about the way you might dress?
You know, I've actually had a problem with that. And it's so funny because it didn't come from him. It came from his mom. And, like, her.
Look at that. Look at that.
Like, her.
So, like, another woman enforcing
secretly, patriarchy, because it's just like, you shouldn't dress like that because do you want him out there fighting because of you? You know, that type of thing. Like, but it's like, no, your son needs to. Mom. Yeah, your son needs to be able to control himself outside. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy how men are trying to control women, and some women are helping
men control women. Yeah. It's a lot of that, honestly.
Listen, a woman are controlling more now these days. I don't care what nobody say.
And controlling in what aspect?
And the manipulative, aspect. Let's keep it a stack, okay?
Like
y'all know what y'all do.
I need examples.
Listen, social media. Y'all know. Listen, at the end of the day, the women are the prize, bro. The women are the prize.
No, but I'm not saying that. I'm not sure.
Like trying to itemize them.
But
I'm not sure if we're the prize though.
That could be like a sexualized.
I'm not. I just. I'm not putting it.
That's the thing. It just depends on how you view.
Nah, I'm just saying. Yeah, anybody that's immature to think of it that way.
The prize. You know what I'm saying? Like and not to say because a lot of women don't want to be the trophy that's in the stands. I don't mind that.
See, that's different. I'm not saying trophy because there's a difference between like a prize, like
a prize is a trophy.
Yeah, but like not really.
It is.
Like I don't want a trophy wife.
No, but
see, that's when I hear trophy when I feel like like trophies are like I have my china set, you don't glassware. You don't. You just look at it. Yeah. You better not touch it. Don't even breathe on it. But that's for the other
people though, not for you. Yeah. That's what I mean. So do you?
But some men like that though.
That's
some
what I
men
mean.
need
like
that.
Not.
Some men
they do need it.
They trick themselves to think that they need
it.
I'm
gonna hit y'all with this.
Oh, here you go. You about to spin the room.
How you feel about that soft life?
I love it. I posted about it recently. Yep.
Wait, what did you?
No, I just posted the definition of what it meant.
What does it mean? I mean,
I'm lost. Soft life.
What's that?
Soft life. Just, I guess for a woman, it would just be someone that's living life within ease, essentially. Like, so finding a man or someone who is financially stable, who can, I guess, be the provider.
So to speak, like a housewife?
Yes.
Okay. Why was that so hard to say?
I know. I didn't. Because that's not even a term.
Why was that so hard to say?
I don't know if that's a term.
And I think
it does. It's aesthetically.
Come on,
you know, the thing is,
get out of here, man.
You know,
no, because I'm sorry to cut you off. It's considered a soft life because we haven't experienced that within our generation right now. So that's why it's not a housewife.
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not highlighted enough. I'm pretty sure that there's people within our age bracket that will probably marry.
Being given the choice.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's being given the choice.
A lot of us don't have the choice because we also aren't like dealing with a lot of men who can give us a choice. You know what I'm saying?
I like how you pointed at both of us because you saw that. Yeah.
Well, I don't want you anyway.
But listen, let's go back. It's a question. Back to like gender roles. Like I feel like am I wrong for feeling like because I know in every situation there are some like deal breakers. Speaking from like a relationship standpoint, right. Like me personally, like is very, and I mean this in no like sexist, but I really feel like if my wife don't know how to cook, that's a problem.
A deal breaker for you.
Like it's like we can get there, and this is not me saying that I expect my wife to cook everything, and I'm never going to cook. Like no, I probably would try to cook more than her. Like
right, but that depends on what her life is. Now, if you give her the soft life,
I don't care what your life is. I need you to know how to
cook,
do that thing when you're in there.
Yeah, but
am I wrong with feeling like that?
No. You know, I don't think so. So okay, that's your deal breaker. What's your deal breaker
in a relationship?
Yeah, or just for a woman in general. Like you wouldn't marry.
I mean, as far as like gender roles, because you know how typically it is looked at as the woman got to cook more and the man, like, but
I mean, a deal breaker is just like if there's no loyalty. Okay. You know?
Mine would be motivation.
I'm speaking gender roles though. These are loyalty. I know that can go hand.
But that's how he feels. If a woman doesn't show him loyalty, he okay. So what's another one? Because he didn't like that.
No, I'm not jacking it. I'm not jacking it. You giving real?
Yeah.
Cut it out.
Deal breaker.
Dang, I got a
gender role based. Yeah. That's like like that could be like typical, like
Okay.
That you truly may feel
I'll
like
say
it.
mine. Why you think mine? And it's very real. It's real New York. My deal breaker would be somebody that hangs outside.
Get out of here, man.
For too long,
What
are
you talking about? Yo,
we outside.
What's
not for real.
Like what's outside? What's your definition of outside? Let me ask that.
If I go to walk my dog and then I come back outside to go to work and you still outside, you know what I mean?
Oh no, you just dirty. So that's different. That's not outside.
Nah, there are guys who will hang outside.
Yeah, there's plenty of dirty people in New York.
Okay, I guess it's dirty.
What if some people are journalists and they're like,
they're not journalists. Yeah, you hear him, y'all. He's
and they gotta hang outside.
Yo, I thought I used to be the most optimistic person, and then I befriended Hamza, and then this dude is like, no, but what if he's one with nature and he's trying to see how the weather.
Obviously,
cut
I'm
it out,
talking
bro.
about those people, and I'm talking about in like Harlem based or in like
the
rural.
Okay.
Yeah, the stoop culture. And then I frown at myself for that because it's like it is the stoop culture that's come from like the 90s, from the 80s of sitting on the stoop. It's more about like we weren't able to really go downtown, so we just communed it on. Yeah. But now that we can go downtown, there should be no reason why you're hanging in or being indulged in where you live at. Like
basically someone that just is too idle with their time.
Yes, no motivation essentially. That would be the big thing.
So are we judging in a sense though?
No, never. If you have to hang outside to do your thing, hang outside to do your thing.
It's giving judgment.
No, it definitely is. But me seeing you is giving low quality drug dealer when you can be high quality drug dealer. You see what I'm saying?
Or you could be not a drug dealer at all.
Oh yes, but most of them who are outside, that's what they do.
Yeah.
So.
And this is us thinking about us. Well, think about other people. Not to take it to race, but think about other people
and how they view it.
How they
Is it weird that I can't be with somebody that's too shy?
No, I think you're shy enough.
I think that's what it is probably. I need somebody that's going to like
be outspoken.
Be like that icebreaker for you.
Me. Or like
like that girl they say at the restaurant, like, no, he don't like his food. Take his food back.
That probably have Hamza hot, like, oh, she just told her put cheese on my burger. Right. Woo!
Get on.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, listen, I remember a minute ago I was speaking to somebody. She was so shy with everything, and I admired it, but it was to the point where it was becoming like a burden, like. There was no point that I couldn't even FaceTime this girl. And I'm like, yo, like she'll be like, oh, no, I don't wanna. And in the beginning, I'm very like
it's okay.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, listen, whenever you comfortable. But at some point in time, it's like, girl, when you ever gonna be comfortable?
Right.
Like, what's up? Like, after a while, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm out of here. Yeah. So now that shyness is definitely.
What is your comfortability level with, I guess, a man being the lead in your household?
And what do you mean? Because
or taking a lead
in the household,
meaning I don't know, going out and
forget a lead, taking the lead.
I know.
We're gonna take now. We're not gonna be passive aggressive.
Responsible,
taking the lead,
financially responsible,
all that.
Like
kind of like,
Exactly.
Having
a woman do not never want to let a man have the final
it's
word.
not about the woman not wanting to. It's about the stability that you give her so she can be or have the soft life or be soft to you.
Sure.
It's all about.
You just hit me with some shit. Yeah.
Women can't be submissive or feminine, because we have to put on this masculine facade to, I guess, handle y'all, to not feel little or to feel, for example, us helping the lady, or not us, y'all helping the lady in the train station. Mm-hmm. Essentially, she opened the door for you first, right. And then you helped
City Boys was up one when she opened the door for us.
And then y'all lost the point, right? Y'all lost the point when she helped you, when y'all helped her, right?
When she got to the stairs, we ain't gonna sit there and have her struggle going up the stairs with the suitcase.
I know, that was nice.
So you saying like kind of like taking on a more masculine approach to like counter any type of.
Being able to be submissive to a man means that the man has to give us everything emotionally and mentally. So yes, I could.
That's OD, by the way.
It's not.
That's a lot.
It isn't when you are one with self already. It is a lot when you are also battling with childhood trauma and battling with yourself now and not feeling good enough and stuff like that, or you're not in the career that you want to be at. It takes a toll because you can't even really focus on anything else because you're focused on that. But when we are mature enough to say like, yes, I'm
take on certain.
I'm ready for a relationship. I'm ready to be with a woman fully without dealing with other women, without even thinking about other women. I am enough. The woman has to feel like that. Like, and I mean enough to the point where like even walk passing a group of chicks and in her head she's like, oh, he is not checking for them. Like knowing
that's
that.
That's believe he checking, but it's just
see,
a little
but
check.
That's the thing.
It's just a little check.
Nah, but the little check is not.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little Nike.
It is.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little Nike. Listen, just inadvertently, I might have looked to the left.
Yeah, I mean, well,
inadvertently, but right eventually.
Consciously, even though it's a look, consciously you just probably eyed F.
Nah, you still secure though in a sense. Though, so
no.
you basically saying that. Wait, know what?
No, I'm not secure if I feel like you are.
No, I'm saying like you would still be secure as far as like if you walking past a group of chicks and you know that like my man, I know the way he treat me and the way I treat him, like we secure and
right.
So
that really anything that I do is gonna be either eternal,
and that's definitely,
and valued, because I think that's we don't feel like we're valued no more. Like the thing now is like, where is that 80s 90s love within the black culture? Because where is that? Where and definitely times have changed. We aren't forced to be married, so I think that things are a little bit different.
In
but
some places,
right. No, for real, because I went to Morocco and that shit is scary. So in some cases, we aren't forced to be married anymore, and we get to choose our spouse. So you guys have a lot of choices to make. I think that as women, like, and I'm maybe speaking for myself or, the collective of women, like, at a certain age, I knew that it was time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew it was time to stop hanging outside. I knew it was time to buckle down, not career-wise, because career was already first, but, like, to know who I am to be in a relationship. Because there's women in relationships losing themselves within the man. So, so like y'all saying, like, do you want a man that tells you yes, tells you no? Yes, because I know who I am to be able to sustain that, If you don't know who you are, you either just like, okay, he don't want me to hang out with this. No, this is just my life.
Ow.
That's just
so life.
Like it's like you want to listen to your guy. You want to make him feel like the man, because that is also the problem.
Can you make him feel like the man if you make more money than him?
Yes.
I know
you ain't hesitated. You said that.
Not because I personally think that I'm gonna marry someone that I make more money than them.
I know plenty of women that are okay with being the breadwinner. The breadwinner.
Okay. Are you asking me my opinion?
No, I'm just saying that there are women.
No, there are, okay with that. And like Oprah.
What does that mean, okay, though? Like, what does that mean? Like,
you know exactly what okay means.
I know what it means, but I feel like it's
basically
vague.
Oprah. The guy, no, we know who her man is.
Talking about Oprah. That's
nah, but that's
or bring in as much.
No, but right? So that's wealth, and her boyfriend. You know who her boyfriend is? That's a nobody. And I'm sorry, Oprah, if you're watching, if you listening. I'm sorry, Stedman, if you listening to this.
You said she was okay, but now he a nobody. Now he don't got no value.
No, he has value, but he's not Oprah. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Stedman is so freaking one with himself that he can have a chick like Oprah and be okay.
Oh, now he is somebody again. Now he is somebody again, right?
So now we both.
That's all right, Stab. We got your back, dog.
To being secure in self.
Yes, because that's it, literally.
Okay.
And within relationship overall, if you're secure in yourself, it doesn't matter about money. It doesn't matter about stability. It doesn't matter about what do people call it? Like your hierarchy of rank. Yeah. It really doesn't matter if everything coincides with each other, communication and everything. Like the way that we're talking about it is not platonic, but those are all platonic things in building our culture to be stronger as well.
I agree. I respect that. The unfortunate reality.
Yeah, Humps. Let's do it.
Very passive aggressive, right?
Yeah. The unfortunate reality is that
we don't have that.
Not everyone is made to feel enough.
Agreed.
Especially women, especially black women. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like every time a black woman steps in a room, immediately she's systematically she's looked at as
the one that's not educated enough,
not up to par.
Yeah, agreed.
Right? So now there's this level of to have that level of self.
You gotta work for it.
Like
I didn't come from a household like that. I didn't come from a household where they spoke.
So what does it take? What does it take to feel
honey,
that?
You have to want that. You have to also know like that, like the life that you live is your life. Like at one point I was living my life for my parents in like college terms, and not to say I regret going to college, but maybe picking the college. Like I regret that college I went to. Like a lot of decisions were kind of made essentially, but no life was actually spoke within the decisions. So like you're gonna go to this college because I want you to go to this college, and not like
that's kind of what
right.
Oh wow.
So not like
I'm a super rebel. I would have been like, now I'm not going to college at all.
But don't you think things have to be in place to strengthen?
No, I honestly don't think that you have to be in a miserable environment to build self-worth.
Oh, no, that's not what I mean.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
what do you mean?
There should be things set up to strengthen and uplift
the people. No, but it starts with your home is what I'm saying. So, like, if it's not coming from your home, then you have to know that there's more to life, essentially.
By home, you mean self?
No, home. Like, your home. Like, you growing up with your parents. That's where childhood trauma comes from.
First of all, it's a lot of things we got to unlearn.
Yes, from the home. Yes, because that's where we're learning
everybody
it from.
got different homes. Like,
right.
Everybody don't have loving parents.
Right.
Everybody may not even have parents.
Right.
And certain things that is instilled young that is going to have us on a certain defense.
For the rest of your life, So if
it's like we have to unlearn that in order to be better, like in the future. Whether it's platonic relationships, romantic, whatever, in the workforce, whatever the case may be.
Because people would just say like, "This is just who I am."
Yeah,
That's who you are due to how you were raised, due to the trauma that they had centuries ago. You know what I mean? So until you realize that we're going through a cycle of trauma, and you don't want to live that cycle no more, because every family has their own trauma or own dang, what's it called? That y'all know. Not for us. That popular word. So everyone has that, but if we don't know that we want more for ourselves and love ourselves, I think that's really the main thing, like loving ourselves, because the reality of it is that you won't get love from the people that you think that you're going to get love from, or expect to get love from. Okay. You have to give the love to yourself first, and then you're releasing it out, essentially. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I think, try to help themselves, and then they're forcing their family to understand who they are as a person. And it's like, if they don't understand, they just don't understand. I also heard this healer, her name is the Hood Healer. She was saying that
the Hood Healer.
Yeah, she's some Compton girl. She do astrology. I know y'all not into that.
Never.
Okay. I guess you want to
get that out. We're gonna get that out of the way right now. But do your thing.
No, she was just saying that like we are holding trauma from decades that we don't even know, and that like our family doesn't even know who we really are. The only people that know who we really are is us. Yeah. Our friends know a little bit, you know, and then maybe our cousins know a little bit, but not every person knows the same version of you. You only know every layer, like an onion.
Do you think this stems from being invalidated, being made to not be seen?
Yes, I think that those environments at home definitely can cause that for sure. I think that that's why we see a lot of women.
And what other spaces do you feel invalidated or not seen?
Oh, see, that's the thing. I think that once you are sure about yourself, you'll never feel invalidated. You know, because
but you know, just like
that,
because of I totally respect that, and I applaud you. But in certain spaces, I'm pretty sure there's some type of adversity that you face, you know?
Racial or just like being a woman?
Being a woman.
Not being a woman.
I mean, if it's both, I mean.
For sure it's both because you're a black woman.
No.
So it's automatically.
See, I think as a woman, no. I personally don't feel like I've been in any situations that I've had to.
What about in fashion, you know?
In fashion, no. But I do know that it's a fake male-dominated base industry. You know, a lot of women think that it's women dominated, but it's not. We definitely are in little peaks and corners saying like, hey, but it's mostly the LGBT community that's running things, and a little bit of heterosexual men in the corner, but it's mostly men. And you know, sometimes I have a problem with it. Sometimes I don't. I don't really now, because the era that wasn't really inclusive is gone. You know, like we weren't really around in like the 80s and 90s. So
how is it more inclusive now?
For example, like Rihanna doing more plus size women, doing more black women, doing more pregnant
so we have
women.
More women.
Yeah, more women. One woman showing women of different natures, essentially. So we have a woman who's very skinny, which would be the norm of fashion industry, because you have to be a zero to walk the fashion shows. You understand? Rihanna made it acceptable to have a plus size woman, to have a pregnant woman, to have a woman that doesn't have an arm, who doesn't have a leg, to just make those things acceptable, make those things not weird for us to see. Because if we don't see it enough, or if we just see it like on the train or something.
We've already normalized, the opposite.
Agreed.
You know? So
like men in general. I personally think that some people will go to a man first before going to a woman.
Do you think people are more inclined to listen to a man over a woman?
In any industry, like in general?
Yeah.
Depending on how the male conveys the message. Because a lot of y'all,
emphasis,
are very like, robots. But it's very, and macho, but it's not very received in a way for people to, do what you want them to do. Like, there are a lot of men in the field of bosses, but can't even like spell their name. You know what I mean?
So you mean it's more like a command rather than a...
Yeah, like we are a team.
Yeah. How can we get to a solution?
Or less humane.
Okay.
Yeah, less humane.
That's interesting.
Dang.
It's heavy toll. But I think for the men, ultimately, the little things that we could do to like instill or like empowering women and kind of raising like equality in the areas where I feel like we should legitimately like be equal. Like we have to like really be accountable with ourselves and our actions and how we first view women.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like the way our perception of women is as a man, like is I'm gonna come clean. Like is borderline disgusting, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like how we view
Male bravado is
really crazy. Like, and I'm speaking.
And it took so long for us to do the Me Too movement, and you know that like this Me Too movement is such a big deal because in the early 19 18, you know? You couldn't even tell anyone that you got sexually harassed at work. You know what I'm saying? That was illegal, you know? Like, you couldn't even, it's just like so many things. Like, you could, and this is crazy to y'all, you couldn't even deny sex to your husband. Like, you know, we would consider it rape if we said, like, no, we're not in the mood, and you just force yourself on it. But it was illegal to say no to your husband.
Yes, yeah.
You know? So it's like, we fought so hard to get so many and black women, you know, we fought so hard to get.
You know what I really respect about women? Yeah. Like, usually when there's some form of injustice going on, especially like with black men, the first people that's in the front line is always a woman, bro. Yeah. Is always the woman. They the ones that usually like gather everything, organize everything. They in the front line. Like, you know, like I feel like as men, we gotta do that more for them as well. Cause I feel like we drown so much in our ego that we not even sitting.
It's like we leaving them to like fend for themselves, but yet, you know, be there when we need.
We all leaving them.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. You are just leaving us. You know,
like, they figure it out. It's not even.
No, but because we will figure it out. You know, like the only reason why like we have a credit card is because we opened up a bank. You know what I mean? Like, you had to be present with us at the bank for us to open a credit card. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had to be somewhere in the room. We couldn't even talk to our doctor one-on-one. Like, you relayed the message to me if I was sick. Like, the doctor or the physician would come check me. They would not tell me what was wrong with me. They would relay it to my husband.
That's crazy.
And my husband would tell me what was wrong.
Yeah, men need to check other men first and foremost.
Especially within our like immediate circles. Yeah, like we could say that we could generally.
You have to figure out what the problem is first,
and I think we do need to identify, you know,
the problem.
Our ideas of women usually from the women around us.
Agree. You know, yes, but society and social media has played such a big part. And for us, being the guinea pigs to social media, we had MySpace and, you know, and AIM and all of that. Like, that was just, you know, that was just like a little bit of what is actually happening right now. Like, you know, so social media plays such a big part as people killing themselves just for being bullied online, you know, and things like that. So the male eye, it's hard for you guys to value us when we're always naked, you know? But let me say this as a woman who likes to be naked.
Oh, boy.
You know, we have fought so hard to, I guess, be free to be naked, essentially, that it's like, what else?
So now it's my body. Don't tell me what to do. Yeah. I don't care if you even make sense. I just want to be naked and leave me alone.
Agreed.
I don't agree.
No, I don't agree.
I'm about to say that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
No, but you know what I mean. Like I know what you mean
as far as like you know
not naked, but you know, just show
being able to have that sense of freedom.
Agreed.
Without
like y'all, you know, like we can't go outside with our shirts on, well, shirts off. So it's like the little bit.
I can't because I went to 42nd Street the other day.
Oh, I know, I saw her too. But I saw her too.
Definitely saw the cowgirl.
Yeah, the cowgirl.
I'm like. All right. But they've been out there for a long time.
Yeah, years. Yeah. Yo, I'm not sure if it's the same girl though. I'm not sure if it's the same woman.
It's probably not. She probably got saggy tits now.
I do understand. I don't know if I can explain it to you good, but I do know. Not to say I understand why she's naked. I understand what she's doing. She's reversing of the guy cowboy with the. She's just in reverse of him essentially, but that's just.
But you have breasts.
Right. But patriarchy.
That feed the babies.
Yeah. Patriarchy.
Yeah.
Like
it shouldn't be sexualized. That's like saying I don't have no clothes on, come rape me.
How do you?
I should be able to walk down the street without having clothes on and not give y'all the impression that I'm asking for.
No,
something. That's not okay. That's what I'm saying. That's the problem that we have to fix. That's the problem.
What are you gonna say about the women that want to undergo surgery, like the BBLs and the?
Honestly, it's your body. Do what you want. Have I thought about it? Yes, but right now in my life, don't feel like that wouldn't be something that I would get and still live where I live at.
Do you think it's helping or hurting women?
It's hurting women.
For sure, it's hurting.
It's hurting women's their insecurity, and not the women who are getting it. The women that are seeing women get it, seeing women get it so quickly and so effortlessly. I think at one point,
20-year-olds.
Yeah, like women.
Your body's not even fully developed.
Right, and see, but you can't say that because how do you know? That's male part.
Scientifically.
No, but who are you?
Sign, huh?
You know, who are you to say that?
Yeah,
you know?
Us
But
deciding about
right,
women's
bodies.
I'm not deciding about women's bodies. Listen, I'm from the old school, all right?
Agreed.
Listen,
and I am
man,
too.
I'm just talking about scientifically, their bodies is not even completely developed.
Agreed.
And you already looking to make change.
But there's also women way younger than that are looking to make change. But like I said, it's not like... it's not our culture that's feeding what's going on, you know? So it's not like there's a black doctor giving the women BBLs, if that makes sense. They're always either like in Colombia. Like we do have a plastic surgery like on 135th Street and stuff.
I'm about to say, definitely
how many people go there, you know?
I seen the line.
But you know why?
I seen the line.
Jada,
at 8 in the morning.
No, because you know who came there to do her free promo?
Who?
Jada, Lil Baby's baby mother.
Oh, over there?
Jada.
Oh, wow.
Her mother got her butt done there. So now it's this, right.
Now it's, she went
but,
there, so I got
right.
it. Okay,
if, you know, if you don't give that little clout, then it's just like, that's some regular okie doke plastic place. But I would say that it's just becoming too accessible. It's messing up our insecurity. Us as women. It's making us look at or just changing the beauty standards or the beauty norm, you know? And not to say that we're changing it, because if we really think about it, in the 1800s when they had to wear the corsets and the dress, the goal of that thing was to give big booty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's like, more like the
hourglass.
Got a whole metal frame,
which is supposed to give a, you know, right.
Yeah.
So is that a thing that's been going on? Yes, you know, but is it extreme to like literally freaking have the suck, you know, and put... it's crazy to me.
Before we wrap, me personally, I think that like I accept a woman as she is, like, you know, like I feel I'm
but y'all wouldn't
very big.
Y'all so quick to be like, you know, so it's like y'all say that y'all want natural body.
No, of course. Listen, like it's in our nature, and and this is something else that like I want to talk about another time. Like we need to control, like as far as like how we just like, you know, perceive women as far as like sexualize them and just walking by them. Like there's a way, and that's why in Islam like we supposed to lower our gaze to help with those, you know, with those desires as soon as you, because women, y'all really OD to us. Like I wish I could really, like y'all think y'all know how like we view y'all. Like if y'all took a second like and just went in a man's body for like 2 minutes and you looked at a woman like from a man's perspective, it's like y'all
like
really y'all the most
looking
beautiful.
Y'all
the most beautiful like to come in existence.
It's overwhelming.
You know,
it starts to become disrespectful. I've had a guy stop in the middle of the street, tell me how bad he wants to do me, essentially, and have the cars beep around him. Like he's so not aware of what's going on around. His main goal was to let me know what he thought when he saw me. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of that. You know,
and this is where it comes back to like checking men. Like, you know, if I'm a man and I hear that walking by and I don't know you and I don't know him, like we got to check that. We got to like defend that because, you know,
or just
this is really becoming
I heard this guy say like that he thinks it's weird, like even being in a room full of guys and y'all just talking about, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and that becomes too much, you know what I'm saying? Because now you're not even looking at us like humans, you know, it's just more like I want to conquer her.
Yeah.
Like men that like women like for sex but don't care nothing for them
at all. You know, or I want to have a conversation, you know. I watch Lip Service with Angela Yee, and but most of the rappers on there, because it's a sex show, you know, you have to express that. They can't even comprehend or explain what they like. It's just, you know, do the.
Funny,
and you, like...
A woman gave me her perspective on sex and, like, the porn industry, and how she said it was all based around how men... have the idea of what a woman wants sexually and what a woman, basically displaying their fantasy, but like saying this is what a woman
which is
desires.
Not true. I feel like I have no clue. I think y'all lost in the sauce. I think porn has very much tarnished y'all view on a woman essentially, or the aspect of learning your woman that you're with.
Right.
It's just like, oh yeah, I did it to that chick, this chick's gonna like it, you know? That type of thing. And instead of like, no, this is a whole different chick who has, you know, a whole different type of body. So you have to cater to it differently.
In retrospect, we gotta just really completely learn to respect
women as individuals,
and treat them very softly, very gently.
Yes,
you know,
but as individuals.
No,
that's
individuals.
That's the main thing.
Y'all about to go deep off the edge.
No,
no. Don't listen. Nothing to apologize for. I like it. Like, I wish we had more time, to be honest, to speak on that, because we could talk about this all day, because it's really important.
The whole thing about like who's deciding what someone wants for themselves,
right?
And systems in play that aren't strengthening or are not accessible to certain people to uplift and empower.
So men who's tuning in,
yes,
let's be better.
I hope y'all
let's
listen.
Be accountable.
Really listen.
You know what I'm saying? Let's really build each other up, so that way we could build our women up.
It's a collective
and
thing,
truly appreciate them.
No one person could do it on their own.
Right.
It's a certain cadence.
Yes, and a certain you have to lean on someone else's back. That type of thing, because, like he said, like if we have to teach, our women what is what, and I feel like men have to teach their men what is what, so we can collectively come together. Because I feel like if you don't have a friend that's in your group telling you like, nah, you shouldn't have done that, or just to hold you accountable.
I love my friends, man.
Alhamdulillah,
I love y'all.
Friends,
I love Hums, Kai,
love them.
Reeve, y'all. Like my friends, we really good guys, yo. We struggle, but we really good guys. Now we are, for real. We don't even be talking about the typical things you think. Like,
I believe it though.
You don't do it, man. But yo, episode 3, man.
I know.
We here.
It's great.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Wolf, my guy in the background. Shout out to you.
WTF.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. We here.
On it.
We promise we back. Listen, we gonna be. Listen, another episode gonna come real soon.
And I'm gonna come back, y'all. The 20th episode. I'm gonna be back.
Why the 20th though? Who said this? Why the 20th?
I said it. I'm letting y'all know on the 20th episode. I'm gonna be back.
She on some Mercury and retrograde.
Yes.
I don't do none of that. All right. Mercury and Gatorade. I like the blue Gatorade.
Y'all, it was Mercury and retrograde. We were trying to film this thing for almost 2 weeks. Okay. We are finally here, and we're at the end of Mercury and retrograde. So our communication has gotten together. We made a great video.
I'm glad we come together.
Yes.
And I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
We appreciate y'all.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Everybody stay blessed. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Let's be better.
For real.
You know what I'm saying?
Better humans, better humans to ourselves. Let's speak positivity within ourselves. Speak life into ourselves. If you are not receiving that at home, do not dwell. Just move forward, like
unlearn
keep it going.
Unlearn these traumas one day at a time.
For real.
At a time.
And
know what you want.
I think we have to actively create positives and create, how would I say, like motivation and reminders
to ourselves. Agreed. Yes. And that can look like, sorry to interrupt you, that could look like, sticky notes on your mirror, with just manifestations or affirmations, or you writing in a journal, doing journal entries in the morning, self-reflections, things like that, Yes, to debrief in the morning and to debrief at night, because you can have two different perspectives about like how you think your day is going to go on actually how it went,
Well, we going to debrief right now.
Yes.
Because,
they ready to go, y'all.
Nah, listen, we appreciate y'all tuning in,
Blessings.
I ain't gonna lie.
Beautiful.
Yes, I ain't gonna lie podcast.
You know, ALIYA MONIQUE again. Y'all make sure y'all follow her.
Make sure.
You know what I mean?
Watch my YouTube.
Yeah, she got her own thing too. She got a lot of things going on, so make sure y'all tune in and support. And you listen. Episode 3, we in the books, man.
Yeah. Stay tuned. IAGL. I ain't gonna lie. We coming in hotter than fish grease.
Period.
Peace.
Peace.